This is a town that ticks all the boxes. It's lovely. Good morning and welcome to the third day of my Bavarian trip. It's a little overcast this morning, a lot of rain in the night. There's a lot more forecast for today. It's noticeably cooler as well. It's about 14 degrees today. Sunny and 23 yesterday in Ulm. How the weather can change. But I'm leaving Memmingen today and I'm heading south to the town of Kempten, which is Germany's oldest town. Spend a day looking around there, discovering some of the town's history and famous landmarks before heading to Bucklow, which is my Airbnb accommodation for the next 3 nights. So let's enjoy a day out in Germany's oldest town. Well, I've made it to Kempten. Lovely old town on the Iller River. Only 30 minutes by train from Memmingen. Just over €10.30, the cost of a single ticket. Didn't think that was too bad for a short journey. It's actually the oldest town in the Allgäu region of Germany. I think I said it was the oldest in Germany. It isn't. That's actually the city of Cologne, which has that title, but it's the oldest in the Allgäu region of Germany. It's founded around 15 BC by Nero Claudius Drusus and his brother Tiberius, and it's also the hometown of Claude Dornier. He's born here on the 14th of May 1884, and he founded the Dornier GmbH, which was the aircraft manufacturer. And they made numerous aircraft for the war efforts, for the Luftwaffe. Dorniers, yeah. Also made passenger aircraft as well. Flew on one of those up to Dundee many years ago. Rather an old aeroplane, but it got me there safely, which was lovely. I seem to have walked into, I don't know where I walked into. It was like a fortification or something. It's a sign saying museum. Quite an interesting building just ahead. But I believe there is a museum up here. So I don't know if this is it's open or not. I haven't got time to go in. I want to do all the free things. I think I've walked into someone's house. That's not much good, is it? Trespassing on my first day here in Kempten. I've walked into someone's house. There we go, never mind. Get told off, I suppose. But let's take a look up here. But I walk down to walk through the cemetery into the town and see what I can discover. Let's go up this way. Looks like there's some walls up here. Must go somewhere. But yeah, I want to do all the free things on this trip. As many free activities as I can. Make the most of the nice weather. Especially now the sun is shining. You know, I've come down in the night up in Memmingen. Thunder and lightning, and yeah, that wasn't good. As long as the rain holds off, I can do all the outdoor things and explore, which is nice. Whenever I travel on a budget, so I don't have too much money to spend on going to major attractions and museums. But this is the open air theatre. Yeah, this is the open air theatre up here. They hold concerts and things here, which is quite nice. This must be the reins of the old castle. I knew they had one in Kempten, but it must be where it was. Oh, that's interesting. I hadn't planned to visit this. I just wanted to find a shortcut through from the railway station to the town centre, which I knew took me through the cemetery. But this is rather fun. Oh, well, that's something different. But let's walk down into the cemetery and through up into the old town of Kempten. Walking through cemeteries, some of the stones, the headstones, the carvings on the monuments really are quite remarkable, especially in Germany. Some of the stones are very elaborate indeed. But this is the Evangelischer Friedhof. It's been a cemetery here since 1379, and it's still in use today. A lot of burials from very recent years, and it's so remarkably well kept as well. The chapel down the end was built in 1841, and the urn hall was quite recent in 1936. But like all cemeteries, it's very tranquil here, and there are locals tending the graves and making them look as presentable as they can be. It's absolutely beautiful. There's an interesting stone just on the right hand side here. Past it as I came in, and it's to a man called Christian Marco Calgea, and he was born in 1819. He's a local man. There he goes behind me, and he was a local merchant and city benefactor. Passed away in 1898, and his grave there is quite striking. But now let's head into the Altstadt, the old town, and try and locate the Rathaus and the Basilica St. Lorenz. Really rather nice. Forecast was supposed to be chucking it down with rain all day, but I'm glad the forecast is wrong. It's so nice to walk around the back streets here of Kempten. Really is another beautiful old town. But I've come into St. Mangplatz, or St. Magnus Platz. Mang is a local dialect form of Magnus, representing St. Magnus the Martyr, 9th century martyr from Fussen, saint from Fussen. But it's really rather beautiful here. And this lovely fountain. It's called the St. Magnus Brunnen, or St. Magnus Fountain. It was created in 1905 by George Verber, and it was paid for out of the estate of Christian Marco Calgea. Just past his grave back in the cemetery, and he financed a lot in his will. But it's really rather beautiful. And next to St. Magnus Church. Now the church dates from the 15th century, and it was rebuilt in the Rococo style back in 1767. So let's go inside and take a look. Well, I did enjoy walking around the inside of St. Magnus Church. What a beautiful church it is, and it's quite different to so many others that I've seen in Germany. But I did notice a stained glass window depicting the town of Kempten, which was rather nice to see. And of course that magnificent organ up in the rear gallery. But I stopped off at this little Italian restaurant. Well, what could I possibly eat when I'm in Germany but some Italian food? Did enjoy my trip to Bologna a few months ago, and so I guess a little bit homesick, you can call it that, for some Italian food. I mean, it tastes Absolutely delicious. But the restaurant is outside the Rathaus. I'm in the Rathaus Platz. Little market square here, or little square here, and a fountain, and the sun is shining, and I couldn't ask for a better environment to enjoy my lunch. And I've got to wash it down with a little beer. Oh, that is lovely. It's alcohol free. I try not to drink alcohol during the day if I can help it, especially on a sunny day. It makes my brain go squiffy. So I'll sit here for a few minutes, enjoy my tasty pasta, and then we'll explore the outside of the Rathaus, look at the fountain, and then head up towards Basilica St. Lorenz and see what else we can discover here in Kempten. Enjoy my lunch. Do love a bit of Italian food, no matter where I am. But this is the Rathaus here, and it's a delightful little fountain as well. On the top is a Roman commander. I guess that's probably a link back to Roman times here, and Roman Cambaldunum, as Kempten was called in the Roman era. Absolutely beautiful. And the Rathaus, the town hall. What a beautiful building. Built in 1474. Placed an earlier structure, but built in here in 1378. Let's walk up the steps. No, I'm not supposed to. Doesn't matter, I'm doing it now, doesn't it? But on the front of the Rathaus is some frescoes. And they date from 1874, and they were done by Ludwig von Kremer. Absolutely beautiful to see those in the front. But there's another one just on the right-hand side, on the side of the building here, and it's to Heinrich de Kemptner, Henry of Kemptner. He was a knight in the court of King Otto back in the 13th century. And he got himself banished, and his story is written into folklore. Heinrich de Kemptner, absolutely wonderful to see that as well. But it's quite different to the Rathaus that I saw in Ulm yesterday. It's like now I'm heading up into the main part of the town. Lots more shops and restaurants. Lots of cafes. Cafe culture seems to rule here in Kempten. Absolutely wonderful to see that. The type of cafe culture we just don't get in England, which is a shame, I suppose. I suppose you do in some areas. People sit outside of Costa's and Starbucks, but it's not quite the same as sitting outside in a delightful little town like this. Really is beautiful. But let's walk on a bit further and up to St. Lawrence Basilica. Through the town. It really is beautiful. So many boutique shops, cafes, restaurants, and so many people outside enjoying the summer sun of the cafe culture. This is a town that ticks all the boxes. It's lovely. But I've made it to Basilica St. Lorenz, or St. Lawrence Basilica, named after St. Lawrence of Rome, who was martyred on the 10th of August 285 AD. He was martyred on a gridiron, burnt to death on a gridiron, which is a horrible way to go. Oh, poor man. But church dates here from the 13th century. It was first built in the 13th century. Burnt down in 1474 and rebuilt in 1652. But the towers weren't completed until 1900. And what a fantastic building it is. Absolutely beautiful. So let's go inside and take a look. Well, I did enjoy looking around the basilica. Absolutely beautiful inside, and the ceiling and the ornate carvings around the wall, especially up towards the chancel, really were incredible. But I'm down here now in the gardens of the Stadtbibliothek, or the town library. That's the building behind me, and this is where I end the video. Tomorrow I'm going to explore another town here in southern Bavaria, and this one, well, I've waited over 40 years to visit. I've been wanting to visit this particular town for over 40 years, and I'll tell you where it is tomorrow, and I'll tell you the reason why I want to visit this town. So I'll leave you with some pictures of the garden here at the Stadtbibliothek, and I'll see you tomorrow for another adventure in another Bavarian town.